Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Topic Time with Harrison Young. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Topic Time with Harrison Young. Would you believe this is actually my last February interview? We are rolling into March like a tidal wave, and I'm loving it. And the weather outside is not as bad as they said it would be today. And I have a beautiful guest. She's by Zoom. She would have come here in person. She's in the biggest little state in the Union, Rhode Island, but they figured maybe it was a little slippery. So she's doing it from her living room today, and we're doing it from the studio at ECAT as usual. But before we get to her, we got to read these incredible underwriters. Got a few, got some new ones, and then we will commence per usual. So I want to thank Auto Company, king of the used car in Abington, #1 in the dealer rated for Massachusetts for 2021. Been with me since the beginning. We got Eli's Auto Repair in Taunton. We got Madigan Land Surveying in Middleborough. We got Pizzeria Stop and Taste Grill in Randolph. They're a new one. We got 111 Tattoo Collective in Brockton, the new location. We got Avon's Tire and Auto Center in Brockton. Always looking to search for new service writers and techs. And if you know how to do it, or if you know someone that does, send them over. We got Michelle's Ice Cream and Sandwich in Weymouth. They're a new one. We got Lynch's Towing, Auto Cycle and Truck Center in Brockton. One number for towing, one number for projects. Always looking for new scrap metal, wheels, anything to do with transportation. My pal Lynch, you can handle over there. We got John's Greenhouses and Florist Shop in Brockton. We got Auto Town, Auto Glass, and Auto Body in Abington. We got One Good Credit in Brockton. We got WNR Barbershop in Quincy. They're a new one. We got Lux Car Care in Whitman. We got the Olympic Grill in
Olympus.
They're a new one. We got the Fireplace Store in Marshfield. We got Carver Jewelers, Ronald R. and Lily Galano Goldsmiths in Carver. We got New England Floorscapes in Middleborough. We got Grant's Rental in Bridgewater. We got Doggy Boutique, all breed professional grooming for dogs and cats. Run by my great next door neighbor, Debbie Stowe in Brockton. We got Easton Fitness and the Village Shops in Northeastern. We got the Gun Runner LLC, the Second Amendment Freedom Store in Middleborough. We got RW Carpet and Flooring in Norton, covering floors for 50 years. And we got Joe's Diner in Taunton. And I want to thank you guys very much. And now on that note, I'll now officially introduce Katherine Alexis. She's an actress, she's a model, she's actually a boxer. I just found that out. We're going to talk to her today. We have some pictures of her modeling, and she wants to give credit to the photographer, whoever. I'm sure she made it easy for whoever it was, looking like she does. She's quite a looker, as you can see. So Katherine, thank you for doing my show today. We've been trying to make it happen for a while.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
I'm excited too. So, well, you are a young lady from Rhode Island. What I do with every guest is I profile them thoroughly. I try to find out what they were like and what got them, which kids and whatever, and how they got to be where they're at. So tell me about, did you grow up in Rhode Island? Are you a lifelong Rhode Island resident?
Yeah, I am. Warwick, Rhode Island.
Okay.
Now I'm in Situate. So everyone thinks it's Situate, Mass, but no, Situate, Rhode Island.
I don't think it's Situate, Mass. I know there's a Situate, Rhode Island, and I know that Greenwich isn't pronounced Greenwich, and I know that there are other towns in Massachusetts that have similar names as the towns in Rhode Island. I can't.
Recently I just found out you said like a Greenwich, Mass.
No, I don't think there's a Greenwich, Mass. But all I'm saying is that people see that and they might pronounce it Greenwich. There's a Greenwich. Maybe there is a Greenwich, Mass, a Greenwich, Mass. I don't know.
Yeah, Greenwich.
I know they make delicious orange juice. That much I do know, because I used to drink it when I drank orange juice until the acidity got a little too much for my stomach and I stopped. But we don't want to cover too much about the acidity in my stomach because we're interviewing you today. There's nothing wrong with throwing a little humor and throw other people off the track if they're bored. So let's do that if we see fit. So you grew up in Warwick and now you're in Situate, and I assume, like Situate, Mass, Situate, Rhode Island the fact that you're in the Ocean State means that you're probably right on the beach, right? Or pretty close.
Maybe like about 35, 40 minutes away.
Oh.
I'm in the sticks of Situate. Like,
oh, really? Okay.
Where you could basically kill somebody and then just like basically get away with murder. That's over here.
Okay,
yeah.
Well, those like I tell everybody, the views and opinions expressed by my guests aren't necessarily those of myself. And when it comes to killing people, I do not condone that. Just so you know, I'm sure you don't either. But just the way you said that, I just want to make it clear to everyone that I have no intention of doing that, and I hope you don't either. But
no.
Okay. Good. Well, tell me but you are a boxer, so obviously you do have some kind of a pugilistic instinct, and we'll talk about that too. But tell me what you were like as a little girl growing up in Warwick, and what did you inspire to, and how did it get you, into what you're doing now? Because every person's childhood is what got them to where they are today, where they're at now. And then
Yeah,
and we'll get them where they are in the future. So let's talk about your past, and if they have any questions pertaining to it, I'll bring them up. So go ahead.
All right. Let's see. As a kid, great parents.
Okay.
They always want to give us the world and everything.
Yep.
I grew up though, a little different than everyone else. I struggled with I struggled with OCD, separation anxiety as a kid. I was always, and then like panic attacks too as a child.
Okay. Wow.
Never really, yeah. So yeah,
You're in good company because I have all that too, and I have autism, so I totally get it.
Yeah. One day I'll have a movie about it.
I can't wait to see it. I hope I can be in it. But okay, go on. So
Yeah,
you're OCD. Yeah.
Let's see, and then I was on I did hockey throughout my life.
Okay. Playing
yeah,
it, right? Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it helped me immensely, like being on a team. And it was great. And then after high school, basically like ended up having like struggling with depression and all that.
Oh, wow.
Which yeah,
Okay.
I think also because you're out of high school and you realize this is the real world.
Yep.
And it's basically live or die. So yeah, what one are you gonna choose? So yeah, it's been a fight. I think that's also why I chose boxing, is because it's a mental game. That's basically all it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, did you go to college after high school? And if so, where? And if not, that's fine. But I'm just
I did. I ended up stopping, but I am back in high school.
back in
Not in high
college.
school. Oh my God, I'm back in college.
Okay.
I said high school.
Yes, you did. That's okay. You're forgiven. Okay. So where do you go to college?
I'm just at CCRI. I'm finishing up my associates. I'm still wanting to probably pursue acting. I don't know if I'll go to school for it though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to go. Well, I mean, it depends. It depends on. Have you ever been in? Have you been in any films or plays at all? And if so, let's talk about them.
Yeah, I've been in some plays as a kid, and then not really any films, but hoping to eventually, or maybe do screenwriting or something along those lines. So yeah.
What plays were you in as a kid? I've done acting myself, so I'm always curious. Was one actor?
Yeah, it was like Bishop Hendricken high school. It was through there. I did like summer stage. I did classes for theater. I didn't do it from when I went to Pilgrim in high school. I didn't do theater there, but yeah, it was all through Hendricken.
What's Hendricken? What's that? Is that a theater group?
Hendricken, it's an all boys school. And
really?
they had they had a bunch of people though, like for the plays and all, and the theater audition and everything. Yeah, so it was pretty fun.
Yeah. Okay.
I think my dad went to Hendricken. Yeah, he did.
Well, it's obviously like, is it a private school?
It's a Catholic school.
Catholic school. Yeah. Okay. All boys. That boy. They must have loved it when you showed up to do their plays.
Yeah, right.
I can imagine. I can't. I mean, I'm Jewish, so I never went to a Catholic school, but I can't imagine what it must be like having, being in an all boys school, no matter what religion you are. That would just be torture. But that's why I thought, that's the way I feel. But okay, so that's good. You did that. Now, did you play sports at CCRI? That's where you go, or are you? I mean, what are you doing now? You're boxing, right? You said.
Yeah, so I actually just got back into hockey on Tuesday evening. I do it with my sister, and yeah, so it's at 9 p.m. though. It's crazy. 9 p.m.
Sometimes you have to rent. Sometimes when you rent the rink, you got to rent it at night. I know because I used to work at a place where the guys would play hockey and they'd have to rent the rink at midnight because that was the only time.
Oh my God.
I didn't play, but they asked me to because I admit I'm somewhat athletic at my age. I try to be, but all right. So what do you play in hockey? What position?
Forward.
Okay. Now, is it guys and girls or is it all girls?
It's guys and girls.
Okay.
Yeah, it's more so. Sorry, no, it's more so like a relearning clinic. So I had to. So after like, I graduated 2014. That's like 9 years ago. Like I went on the ice.
2014 was 9 years ago.
Yep. Yeah. So it took a little bit to like get back into the game and everything.
Okay.
Like my stick handling was off. Skating backwards was off. Yeah. So it was on Tuesday. It was, relearning everything, refreshing.
Yeah. Well, it's really interesting. And I've noticed there's so much, things are so different now in 2020, in the 2020s than they used to be like when I was in school. Because I actually interviewed a girl back in December who played. I live in Brockton, Mass, and she plays football on the boys' team because there's no girls' football team, and she scored a touchdown in the game. So Channel 5 in Boston did a story on her, and I wanted to talk to her too. So I did a talking time interview with her by Zoom at her location, or one of my other locations. So it is amazing how it seems like women or girls are definitely more adept to the environment than they used to be. And the women's lib movement began about 50-something years ago in the early 1970s when I was still a kid. And now I'd say it's gone full throttle. I mean, women are taller now, they're stronger, and maybe genetics, maybe they take better care of themselves. But I definitely see equality now. I don't know if you feel it too, but I have to say, it's as someone who's lived all these years to see the big changes and metamorphoses and like that. I definitely see them with men and women in sports and stuff, and I think it's great.
I think it was last year. The famous, well-known professional fighter Katie Taylor, and I forget the other girl's name. It was the first in women's history that they were the headline instead of being underneath a man or something for the headline the fight.
Right. They headlined the fight, so they were actually they were doing boxing on the card with guys, even though they weren't. They were just fighting each other, right? But they were two women. Yeah. Okay. And that's what you do too.
Insane.
Well, don't say insane. I mean, that's no,
it's insane. It's like great.
Yeah, insane, great. I get it. Okay. Now tell me about your modeling too. How'd you get into that? And we're going to look at some of your pictures. I mean, you need to email them to the link to the address that we sent the Zoom link to, and we were going to have edit them in, and we'll make them look really good. We'll do the editing for the show. But you talk about the modeling. How did that happen?
I would say I don't know. It was when I was like 15 or 16. I went to some place in Boston for modeling and acting, and it was like twice a week, I think, on the weekends, I forget. And we learned like etiquette, stuff like that. And I that was when I really wasn't into the modeling. I was more into the acting and the comedy and all that. I hated modeling.
Why did you hate modeling? You look very pretty girl.
Thank you. I feel like it's more so it was aiming towards being pretty or being thin, but I like how now in 2020 it's about people of different like body types and all that. It's not to be the prettiest Barbie out there.
I understand. Okay, so you felt it was too cutthroat, I guess, before.
It wasn't. It didn't faze me.
Just the idea that you might be look inferior to be a model made you mad, and I totally get that. Obviously, I wish I could model. I actually did get my topless body on the cover of the Boston Globe one day when I was riding the first day of winter. So I'll always have that. And so I mean, I did sell thousands of newspapers, and that was when I was 35. That was in 1994. But so I know something happened in your life though that made you change your mind about that, because you obviously have done it. So was there anything that
I don't know, just a lot of people ended up saying like you're so photogenic, and I'm like, really? Like, all right, okay. And people, I don't know. And then I ended up getting like a little bit more confident, stuff like that. And the poses though, oh my gosh, it's such a workout when you do modeling. It's crazy, it's insane. And but I ended up just really liking it, and I like to do it on the side. There's two great photographers, well, three actually, that the pictures sorry, I'll be sending. It's Rachel Deanna Photography. She's amazing. She's great. She just makes you feel like a god.
Okay, a goddess, but either way, yeah.
And then the other people is Rob Goldsmith and Robert Tierney. They do my photos and everything. They're great. And I like it.
Are they all in Rhode Island?
No, Massachusetts, and New Hampshire. And
okay. Do you know the name of the agency that you're affiliated with in Boston, or not? If not, that's fine. Don't you have an agency? Didn't you say you had an agency in Boston that you're affiliated with now? The modeling agency.
Oh no, so that was back when I was
that was young, okay.
16. That was Barbizon. It was like a modeling school.
Well, I know. I sat in a class once. They invited me. I couldn't believe it, but I was delighted. Because after I had my, I've been in a couple of films too, so I have, like I said, I've done some acting. And
Yeah.
they gave me the opportunity. All right, but are you currently represented by an agent now then, or not, or just represent yourself?
Oh, no, no. Well, hopefully soon though. That would be great.
Okay,
That's my step.
so you just represent yourself now. How did you get, some people told you were photogenic, so you just searched out photographers, maybe on Craigslist or something, or how did you find them?
No, it was, no, one of them I've just had on Facebook,
Okay.
Rachel Dean. I've had her for a while. And then the other two I've known through a friend, like when he was doing like student films and stuff, I would be in it.
Okay.
And yeah, they were both in it. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so you've been in student films too.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I just, yeah, I have.
Okay, what are you majoring in at CCRI now?
I'm finishing my associate, so I'm still unsure.
You're still unsure, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, have you ever done, done anything in music at all? Are you musically inclined, sing,
Yeah,
dance?
well, I used to be a singer.
Music, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about getting back into it, and
Well, you
like
should-
songwriting and stuff.
Well, you should. Have you ever written songs or have you ever written anything like songs?
Oh yeah,
Well, tell me what was
boxes full.
what is it?
Boxes full of them.
Boxes, not boxers, boxes. Got it.
Boxes full of like
Yep,
notes
yep.
and songs and yeah, unfinished things.
Okay, well, that's good. At least you keep them. Now, do you play any instruments or just sing?
No, well, I used to try the piano and the violin and the guitar, but I just no, not anymore.
Just sing, okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever now? But over the years that you were playing, I mean, performing, have you ever sang like in a band? Have you ever sang with other people, like maybe in a church choir or a band or something like that? You know what I mean? You ever sang?
No.
Okay.
No, it was always solo.
Okay. No, it's but I mean, I always tell every person I interview, the more multifaceted you are, the more opportunities you can have, the more doors will open for you. So you should definitely do that.
Which is, yeah,
okay,
that's true.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question about that. So how much time do you spend like modeling a week, would you say now?
Oh, no, that's just once in a while.
It is?
Like, yeah. Yeah, it was once in a while. One of them were supposed to come to the Golden Gloves fight, which I'm glad he didn't because I lost weight. I lost like about 6 pounds that week, which is the reason why I lost. Otherwise, I would have won. But
Lost
yeah.
the fight. Okay, wow.
Yeah.
So basically you train for boxing regularly then, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And what does that consist of? What are you gonna do? Road work, skipping rope and lifting weights, any of that stuff? Jogging, you know what I mean? What else? What are you doing?
Yeah,
What are you doing training for boxing?
So I run, I do like plyometrics, I do basically a little bit of everything.
Okay.
Yeah, and when I'm at the gym, I jump rope, I shadow box. I might shadow box.
Hit a bag too? You hit a bag in the gym?
I hit the bag at the end.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Okay. So now I mean, looking at you now and I'm thinking you probably couldn't weigh more than 135 pounds. Is that the weight class you're in?
No, the last fight was 119, which was hell to get to that weight. I think usually I walk around at like 126, 125.
Okay.
But yeah, that was very tough.
Well, do you have a boxing trainer that works with you regularly?
Yes.
Okay, you want to tell me who it is, male or female, who it is?
Yeah, so I Legendary Boxing. It's at Jared Tillinghast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, did they tell you to lose weights for fights or gain weight for fight? Yeah. What you just told me is that you lost weight for a fight and you lost a fight, but then you told me, but then you said if you were heavier you would have won. So what do you?
No. If I was to show, I think the fighter I fought was walking around. I think she was walking around, every day at like 119 or whatever, maybe 118. Who knows?
Okay.
But I was walking around at 126, and it's a huge difference, especially when you lose weight that whole week. which like, because definitely makes you weak, it makes you fatigued, makes you tired. I was out of it. I actually, my boyfriend was driving me up there, and I was like out of it. I felt dead, and I just wanted to eat. And yeah, it wasn't a good day.
Well, I know, but I'm asking you, did your trainer tell you to lose weight for a fight or what, or not, or gain weight?
Yeah, we had to, to be able to fight, yeah.
Okay, but I'm just wondering, I mean, it doesn't sound like it sounds to me like if you lose weight and you're tired, you're not gonna win the fight if you're tired. So isn't there like a happy medium between, losing weight or getting yourself in shape and keeping yourself at a weight that's gonna give you an opportunity to win? Because you can't be tired. You can't be tired if you lose. I mean, you can't win if you're tired.
I should have lost weight. A few, or at least you should have met in the middle with me with the weight class. I don't know how weight classes go. I don't know if it's
okay.
But we should have either met in the middle, or I should have lost weight a while back.
Yeah, because I mean, I know that sometimes, like when Marvin Hagler fought Sugar Ray Leonard, I guess she had to lose weight. He lost the fight because Sugar Ray was a lighter. This was, I don't know if you probably weren't even born yet because it was 1987. Right. So my brother's a boxing aficionado. He knows the game pretty well. So, but I don't really know it at all. So I mean, obviously it's got to be a pretty strict life you lead, right? Pretty much to keep in shape for it. You train every day, right?
Yep.
Okay. Do you never get a day off or anything?
Well, except except like Sunday. I don't really work out on Sunday.
Okay, yeah, you gotta have a day off sometime. You gotta because you gotta let your body heal from all the calisthenics and stuff that you do, right? So I mean, I would think you'd have to give your body needs to rest in order to build the stamina up that you need to win. So I know are you pro? Are you a pro?
No, not yet.
Okay. Would it be okay if I asked what your record was, just as long as we're talking about it?
That was, I mean, I've done exhibitions in the past, so like they weren't on the cards. But that was my first fight on the cards.
Okay. So, and that was just how long ago?
January 28th.
Okay, so just about a month ago.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So when's your next bout? When's your next one coming up?
I am not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
So all right. So you train every day, but you're not sure when your next fight is. So who tells you when? I mean, are you in some kind of a boxing club and that's where where you check the schedule and see when you're going to be on next? Is that how that works?
Yeah, or usually they call the coach or whatnot and they schedule it. Yeah, but it's good to have it's good to kind of like have like a month off. It
is good, but they got to give you a good heads up too. So when you know, so you get enough time to train and do all the stuff that you need to do to make it, to give yourself a chance to win.
Yeah, which I do every day. Yeah,
which you do every day, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you basically work out for boxing, but you work out for life too, just to keep yourself in shape.
Yeah, both. Yep.
Obviously, okay. All right. So let's see. Okay. Have you ever done any? Would you ever consider doing like a public? I don't want to publish it. Have you done a video about boxing at all on YouTube where you talk about your career as a boxer or your upcoming career when you turn pro, if you ever do?
Oh, I totally would. Yeah, I was actually was creating my Instagram, which is The Mental Fighter, which is about, I wanted to make it about like a fighter that struggles with depression and anxiety. That's what I wanted it to be based towards. And I would talk about it, and talk about maybe even me showing myself like not wanting to work out. Like, I have those days. It's almost every day.
We all do. I think we all have those days. All right. Well, now, did you say that your boxing has sort of helped you deal with depression and anxiety in a good way, in a positive way? Okay. All right. That's interesting because I know you said you had it as a kid. Now, right now, you're not going through any, you're not having the extreme OCD episodes that you used to, right? You don't have any more of those. You're not having panic attacks, are you anymore, or have you had in a while?
I still do.
Oh, you
do? I still do. I still have attacks, anxiety, I'm depressed. Yeah, but you just learn to live with it.
Okay, but is there something you can do to make it better, or?
I mean, it's not what it used to be.
Yeah. Okay.
What?
I mean, is there something? have you ever been counseled about it? I'm just wondering, because I would think it'd be something, listen, as someone who's got autism and I've been seeing therapists, I'm not seeing one now, but okay. My parents thought I was, my parents sent me to a bunch of shrinks when I was a kid. They almost sent me to Bradley Hospital, in Providence, because they didn't have the money to do it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I've been there.
Right, I almost, so I know it was 55 years ago when that happened. So what I'm just wondering is, is there anything that you can do to remedy that aside, just in terms of talking stuff out, or, I mean, do you do anything like that with anybody? It seems like.
Yeah, I mean, I've done it my whole life. I've gone to I've gone to different, doctors, therapists, psychiatrists, psychologists, like even little clinics and stuff where it's like day programs and stuff. But I do have one currently. Yeah, I do have a therapist. She's great.
Good. Yeah, that's great. I mean, it's good. All right. Well, guess what, Katherine? We're down to the final 5 minutes of the show. I hope you had fun talking to me. I hope we covered as much about you as we could. And that's it. So what I want you to do with the remaining time is just look at your phone there and give shouts out to people that are going to see the show. We're going to, condense them, and then we'll wrap the show up with my music the way we began it, with my snapping.
All right, awesome.
So give shouts out to people. You got your boyfriend there, or your parents.
All right. Yeah, there's basically all my friends on Facebook. Definitely Rachel. I love her. She's great. Rachel Deanna Photography. She's great. My boyfriend, Nick Levesque. I don't have my brothers or sisters on Facebook.
Okay.
But otherwise, I would say hi to them.
Well, they can still see the show just because they're not on Facebook. It'll be on YouTube.
Yeah, you're right. That's true. Yes. Yeah. So hey, everyone.
Okay. All right. Well, if you had fun with me, what I'd like you to do is to spread the word about Topic Time to other people, so I can get them on as guests too. I get a lot of guests now from word of mouth. I mean, even your photographer friends, that would be great, or even some of the models that they, besides yourself, that work with.
Yeah, my friend Abby, she's great. She does modeling. She's actually a SAG member now, which I'm grateful for her.
Well, if you have fun with me, then send them my way. You got my digits now. Have them contact me. We'll get them on the show.
Yeah, definitely 1,000%.
Okay. All right. Well, you did a great job. Now, before we wrap the show up, is there anything that's coming up that you want to mention? That's important in your life that you might have overlooked? If not, that's fine, and then we'll wrap the show up with my music.
I don't know. I guess if anybody has any networking for acting or whatever, or screenwriting, just hit me up. That would be great. Have a little network of people. If anyone needs training, I do personal training. That's pretty much it.
Well, do you want us to put your contact info on the screen? We can do that at the end of the show.
Okay, yeah, sure. That's great. Yeah.
Okay, I can do that. And I'm going to ask you one more favor. Once we wrap the show up, will you stick around and do some pictures for Facebook? I'll have my tech guy take them.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So, you did a great job, Katherine Alexis. I'm glad we finally made this happen after all this time.
Thank you.
Okay. So, hang in there. All right. You ready to wrap it up with the snapping and all that? Okay, folks. Thanks for watching Topic Time. See you next week. Have a good one. Bye-bye. We are signing off.